Well, hello. I was trying to figure out how to get on here. I was on here as a viewer and not as the creator. But good evening. This is Dee with Backpack Journeys. I thought I'd do a little bit, a few minutes of a live chat. And YouTube likes live chats. I've never done one here on this channel before. I have other channels, so I have done them there, but not here. So I thought we would do that and see just where everybody's been. They said the roads and the airports are all full. I'm sure the train stations are all full too, and where you might like to go. So glad to have you with us. Excuse me, I'm going to be might be coughing here and there. Um, just a little bit about me and why I'm doing this channel and who I am. If you've never seen me before and you don't know a lot about me, I started this channel 4 years ago when I was riding the Amtrak trains a lot from one side of the country to the other. The year and a half before, I started a year and a half before the pandemic, which was 4 years ago. And during that time, I went over 20,000 miles on Amtrak. I went cross country 6 times on 3 different trains, there and back. I took the major trains. Um, I wanted to do that because I found out people like to have that as a goal. I was on the California Zephyr, which is from Chicago down to Emeryville, California, which is right before San Francisco. And I went on the Southwest Chief, which is Chicago from Chicago to Los Angeles. I got off in Flagstaff, Arizona for about 4 days. I didn't make it to LA, and then I went down to San Diego. And then the last one is the Empire Builder, which goes from Chicago to Seattle or Portland, Oregon. It's interesting because this train splits in Spokane, Washington. It splits up. You can go either way. I chose to go to Portland. So you have to make your choice before you get on. You just don't decide when the train's going. So, yeah, so I decided that everybody wanted to know after I got back from my first trip, which was the California Zephyr, which goes through the Rockies, um, how my trip was. So I decided I took a ton of pictures. So I do have a Facebook page, the Backpack Journeys blog, that has a lot of pictures on there, a lot more than what is here. But I decided that I really got tired of I really got tired of explaining to people, quite frankly, explaining all my trips to everybody. So I thought, well, I'll try this YouTube thing and see how it goes. And then I can just route them that way and they can watch my videos. And it's become a whole lot more popular. I just was doing it for my family and friends, and I put it out there to the public, and a lot of people like to watch it. It's particularly the tips on how to travel inexpensively, how to use the rail pass, and I just became kind of a Amtrak. It just became kind of an Amtrak junkie, and so I love riding trains now. Have not been able to get on one. I have to go slowly. I did go recently to, I'm in North Carolina. They went to Burlington down the road, taking short trips. There's several reasons why I don't take a lot of trips. And so the pandemic shut everything down. So I really wasn't um, doing much. Haven't done much with this channel, but I will say there's been over 75,000 views in the 4 years. And I thank everybody for supporting me and supporting this channel. I don't get any money from it. I just do it for fun. I have this shirt on. I want to say I have this tie-dye shirt on. I realized after when I was going through during the pandemic, when I was going through all my pictures, I realized then that I wear this shirt every time I travel. Because just about every picture I have, no matter where I am, whether I'm in Orlando or out west or Flagstaff, Anywhere I was, it just seemed like I had this shirt on. So I think, well, every time I do a live stream, I'm going to have the shirt on. So that's just a quick background. Hopefully, it's quick background of who I am and why I did this channel. And it seems to be the tip part. The traveling on the Amtrak has been the most popular, and tips about Amtrak. And since I'm not on Amtrak right now, I don't know any specific tips. I am trying to go. I'm taking it very slowly. And I will just mention this. Um, I know sometimes people get tired of me saying it, but not everybody sees all of my videos. I will just say that since COVID, right at the very beginning of COVID, 3 years ago, I got COVID and I got left with long COVID, which is I got a variation of chronic fatigue syndrome, which limits what I can do. And I am getting better. I am on a plan that I've been on for working full time on it for a year, and I'm getting there. But it's bits and pieces. That's why I only went down the road on a train. I'm not going to get on a train and go cross country. Probably won't do that again. The world's changed since the pandemic. I am a solo traveler. The older I'm getting, I'm starting to get a little bit more careful and not quite so adventurous. I've been in major cities by myself and without any problems, but I do know I do watch other people who travel a lot and through hikers actually, because I like to hike. And they do now are having more problems um, with creepy people. I'll just say it, with creepy people and situations. And I just choose not to be in those situations. But so, yeah. So, what I have on my mind, and this is just a kind of a test of the live stream and see who shows. And I might be doing this more on a regular basis. So, I feel like people will start to come and start to participate more once they're familiar that I'm doing this. So, I would like to know if you're watching this on playback, tell me where you've been, a great, cool place that you've been, or you're thinking about going, or where you would like to see me go. What I prefer to do is go places I want to go. I tried to go somewhere for the 4th of July. I'm going to be doing more road trips with my car. Several reasons. One is that some places that kind of interesting to me to go, the train does not go. And I haven't driven my car much for the last 3 years, and it's wanting to go on a road trip. It wants me to take it somewhere. And the last time I went was to the beach in 2 years, 2 years ago. During lockdowns, I just went and locked down at the beach for a month in the winter time. So, yeah, there'll be different types of travel on the channel. It won't be all about trains. We change as people, the world changes, situations change, and that's how we grow. And so my interests change. I like to go where I'm interested in. I like architecture. I like history. I still like trains. I started a series on train stations. They got quite a bit of views. So I'm going to continue to do that. I probably will stay in the state most of this year. I mean, summer, not the whole year. No, no, not the year. I'm hoping when it gets cooler, the kids go back to school and they don't have specials. I think the summer they're having specials with kids riding the trains with an adult. So check into that, www.amtrak.com. I will plug them and see what kind of specials you can get for your kids. Go on a train ride. A lot of trains are full. So yeah, I did go to Burlington, North Carolina, that train station, and they have a little museum type thing there. So that was interesting. I will go to the ones I can in North Carolina. But getting back to 4th of July, I wanted to beat the heat. Um, it is, and it shouldn't be this way in my opinion, but it is actually the heat index the last couple of days has actually been hotter here in central North Carolina than it has in Florida. And I just don't think that's right. It should be hotter in Florida. Plus, they have the ocean. They got two oceans. They got the Gulf side, they got the Atlantic side. They got all kinds of things there to keep them cooler. So it was just too hot. We couldn't breathe one day for the Canadian smoke. If it's not one thing, it's another. So I wanted to get away. So I found this nice, cute little cottage that was about, I don't know, half an hour or so away from here. That was kind of in the a mountainy kind of area in the woods with a screened porch. Um, it just seemed perfect to stay a few days. And that was on Airbnb. So I do Airbnb. So I asked about it, and then they said, "Oh, well, that's not available then," and it was on their calendar, so they took me off. I don't know if it really was not. I don't know if it really was not available or whether they just didn't want me going. Try not to take it personally, but I'm just telling you, folks, I'm trying to go somewhere besides to the grocery store. You do not want me to make a video of me going to the grocery store, which is just 2 blocks down the street. So I am trying to go somewhere. Um, I don't know where that would be. My neighbors want to go to Danville, Virginia to the casino. We were talking about renting a bus and going up there, but nobody wants to organize. Nobody wants to organize it. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I might go just for the ride. I won't go for the casino part. Um, but I like to go up north. I like the history. One place I do want to go is going to take care of 3 things I like to do um, at one time. And it was something on my list before the pandemic. And if it hadn't have been for the pandemic, I'd have been up there already. But I do want to go to Harper's Ferry. I've decided I want to go when the leaves change in the fall. Um, don't think I'm going to make it this year. I want to go this year, but probably next year, try to shoot for going there. Um, now, why Harper's Ferry? I have been through Harper's Ferry on the train. The train goes there, for one thing. I have been through Harper's Ferry several times on the train, and I always wondered what that place was. I thought, gosh, their place looks full. What's here? Because it's mountainy and it looks kind of woodsy, looks kind of, actually, it looks kind of 19th century, what I saw from the train, which actually it is, I think it's the 18th century, actually. Um, but I found out later that the AT, the Appalachian Trail, goes right through there. So that's one of the reasons a lot of people were there. Through hikers are there, section hikers are there. I always want to go there to get myself on the Appalachian Trail. I do know that my hiking videos don't get very many views, but I enjoy hiking. I can't hike right now. I don't have the energy for that. I'm working my way up into being able to hike. The place I used to hike, I don't have anymore, have access to anymore. So I don't have a place to go. When I went up camping and had a lot of fun camping, um, so I don't have that option to do that right now. So I do want to go on the Appalachian Trail, Harper's Ferry. The train goes through there. The trail goes through there, and it has a lot of history. And I do like a lot of history. And plus, you have to go through Washington, D.C. For me, go to Washington, D.C. and get another train in order to to get there. And I love Washington, D.C. There, the Union Station there, um, Amtrak station, so far has been my favorite station. I don't know why, but it is. It's just like a mini mall all in one place. You look out the door and you can see the Capitol from the doorway of Union Station. So that area I really like, and I would really like to explore. Um, I did look into recently going to Ashland, Virginia. Now, I've been through there several times in the past, and now it's telling me I can't get a ticket, that there are no trains going through there. I've got to look into that a little bit more. What happened? Maybe I put the wrong address in for their train station, but I have done that before. Been by there, but I want to explore. I want to get out of the state. I want to explore that. Another place I want to go is I want to go to Charleston, South Carolina. Um, we're heading south now. Charleston, South Carolina. I've never been. It looks like a beautiful city, and I've heard it's a beautiful city. And I want to go in April there because there's a tennis tournament, women's tennis tournament, the WTA, Women's Tennis Association, has a very high caliber tennis tournament there every April where the top players from around the world come. I would like to go see that. I can't. I've started to say I can't figure out how to get there on a train. I can. The train does go there to Charleston, but the train that goes to Charleston, I would have doesn't come through my town. I would have to go to another town to get on the train that goes to Charleston, or I would have to go to the train from my town to Columbia, South Carolina, and then I think I'm on my own. I think I'm on my own. If I go to Columbia, I would have to Uber in, which would be expensive, or rent a car is what I'd have to do. So, so that's that. That's where I want to go. That's what I want to do. What's going on with me? I am trying to go places. Um, I don't know if it's going to be this summer because, like I said, when we have heat advisories, I'm not going to be outside. And when we have the Canadian smoke here, I'm not going to be outside. So I'm going to be like the rest of you. I'm going to be watching everybody else travel. So if you have any ideas, let me see. I did write some things down. There have been a couple of people that's shown up. They didn't stay long, but I'm glad to have you and glad to see that you're going to watch it on the playback. That's what most people do anyway. Let me see. I did make a couple of notes. Um, I did just have a question mark about the notes. I do food because I feel like the hot dog reviews get more. The hot dog reviews get more views than me going cross country sometimes. Some of those, but yeah, inexpensive food. I came up with that idea because I wasn't able to travel, and every once in a while I'll pop one in there because people do watch them. For whatever reason, I don't know, but they do watch them, and it's fine with me. I had my hot dog for the 4th. I always have a hot dog on the 4th. So I'll be doing different kinds of food if people still want to see that. I know you want to see me on a train and how it works. They're supposed to have updated it. I'll probably be doing more showing my face. That has been requested. I didn't show my face in the past for two reasons. One is that the channel is about content and not me, and two is because of what I mentioned earlier about having COVID. Um, quite frankly, I didn't look too well because I didn't feel well. So I am feeling better. My face is filled out. I don't look like someone. I mean, I looked like a skeleton at one time in the face, and there was no way I was going to show that. But I will try to do that. And I do it, like I said, I do appreciate it. Any of your comments and any and all of the comments, I do appreciate it. I do appreciate everybody that looks at my videos. Look at, I have over 100. So if you get bored someday and you wonder, well, why isn't Dee posted where she's been? Go through the playlist and pick out what part of the country you want to go to, and just binge watch or binge listen. A lot of people just listen to it, and well, it won't do if you listen because you won't be able to see the pictures, but see where I've been, and in the country. I don't plan to go overseas. I will say that I do not plan to leave this country. Um, I've been overseas decades ago. Again, it just has to do with the climate. I feel comfortable staying closer to home right now. I do want to leave the state. I want to go up north. I want to go up north and see more of the historical places that I've never seen. I want to go up into New England again. I haven't been up there since I was a teenager. Never been on train. Never been to Massachusetts. I got to stop and get off of Massachusetts. I would like to see all 50 states. There are only a couple on the East Coast I haven't seen. Maine and Massachusetts are the two I haven't seen. But anyway, I'm rambling now. So I will cut this short. This is just a few minutes. I just wanted to do one just to show you what it's about. I will do some more in the future. I'll try to keep up with what's going on with Amtrak. That's what most people want to hear about. They have opened up their dining on major routes going west. And Silver Star and what's the other one that goes like this, like the Silver Star? I can't remember the name of it. They're supposed to have the dining back. I didn't know the Silver Star had dining, but there's a list on the Amtrak site. That's back open. That's wonderful. Everybody's been asking about that. So I want everybody to have a fun time. I want everybody to get out there and travel. I want everybody, whether it's in your dreams, in your mind, in reality. My traveling right now, majority of it is on YouTube. So that's where all my hiking is on YouTube. I'm following people doing through hikes all over the place, and I really enjoy that. So, as I said, I appreciate you supporting me, supporting the channel. Just hang in there with me. I'm going places. I was trying to go somewhere July 4th, and they wouldn't have me. Wonder why. So anyway, um, happy travels, happy rails. Till next time.